Hello everybody. Um, this video is gonna be for the Chicago Twin Flame conference that happened last week. I'm just gonna do a pretty quick overview of what it was. There was a question why the videos were not posted from the conference. The reason they're not posted the way was over at Argentina because in Argentina everybody agreed to today to be in the video. Okay, compared to here, they were in Chicago. There was a people who wanted to have their own privacy. There was a private information that was shared into the event that it wasn't about to be public, and there was a people who were in their positions. They don't want to come out in public as a twin flame because it will affect their life. They're not ready yet to be out there in a commitment. So how the event went to? On Friday, we had a very good welcoming session. Everybody came in, everything was nice and shine. There was the people asked the questions. There was a meet and greet part, which was very good. This is the part when you have this euphoria of you be surrounded with your family. You're home. You find yourself like, oh my god, I was thinking it's only me. I was thinking it's only this or that. What happened to the event? We had four couples that they put their input as a twin flames on what they went through it. But that happened the next day. But the thing was that about on Friday, it was this part of mixed it up, getting everybody. Of course, if you know me, I give a special hugs for everybody who isn't coming to the event so they can get their peace inside of them. A lot of the people missing this part of hugs. I know it is what it is. That's why you come into those events. And on Saturday morning, I was there again to the event. On that Saturday morning, I fulfilled my commitment, which is I'm going to be continue to fulfill it. Is I spent time with each and every one of the people that came to the event. Some of the people that were like, "Oh my God, Dio, this how you do this? How you know everything that's inside of us that we need to really bring that out." And that is the one-on-one meeting with me that I do for the people. It's a very good. It's a very specific to the person that comes in front of me. This is basically I do the twin flame reading for them, so I can look at it as they are. The best part was that I spent more time within the couples, simply because there was a little bit more guidance within them than just to being out there. Um, Even that some of the people is like, well, Dio, you gave us the idea, but we're already doing it. We are actually performing this part. Um, and that was a beginning from we're talking about from 8 o'clock in the morning all the way up to 2 o'clock. I missed two people, which is I got to them on Saturday. The good part that happened on Tuesday that we begin with one thing, let it go, and we begin with the let it go and overcoming the running. That part was actually most on Saturday, but on most about on Sunday. I'm sorry, but we begin this part on Saturday to answer the questions. We answer as many as the questions we can get. Some of the questions was actually not answered simply because there were so many and there was questions that there were within the questions, and some of the questions were not submitted to the paper but they were submitted online, and there was misunderstanding with all the questions. But we tried the best as possible to answer those questions. But what happened is during this questioning, these answers on it, The people came in and they bring their own experience, and when they bring their own experience in the event, they were talking not only, when you're a twin flame, you're not only talking with your words, now you're talking with vibrations as well. And there was that internal communication experience with vibrations within everybody. We were actually sitting in a circle, so that's mean we are all one. We were there was about 30 people attending, and with us we were about total of 36 people, which was pretty good of what we expect. The event went perfect as that part. Um, there is a lot of input of what we should improve on the future events, but there was also a very good energy within the people, which is we stayed all the way up till 11, 11:30, and then some of us went out until 1 o'clock to continue talking how the things to be. Um, Saturday morning, okay, I'm giving you this heads up. That was the Sunday morning. I'm sorry. That was probably the most important part of the whole event, and the reason that was the most important part is because the four couples that were there, they began to talk about what actually happens within their own journey. How did they come together, and what did they need to overcome? And that is the most important part from the event. Simply because you can hear all the questions that they've been asked on Facebook. You can understand all the questions that were designed in a Facebook. But is it completely different when you are alive within the person and you get the vibrations within. The one of the couples, which is I connected with them on earlier, I understood what they needed to talk, and we had a little initiate talk early in the morning when I was, of course, drinking my coffee, simply because I can drink coffee all the time, every day. I run on coffee in Kisses. Yeah, right. I know some of you laugh on it, so it's good. Um, the part that I want to talk about, specifically, it's about Sunday. It's what they needed to overcome. The one of the couples, she ran for 17 years away from him until the universe rearranged itself and they meet together, and she understood what the relationship was. She was running from him. She understand what's going on. But there was a one very important part that she said was, I was comparing everybody else that I meet to him. And here's what's happening is that that comparison part, okay, it is about to match your soul vibrations, is to match your things, is to match up of who you really are. And when she's figured out that throughout the time she couldn't match nobody to his vibration, for some reason all of a sudden she learned about the twin flames. She realized what the part was within the twin flames, and she went out. She reconnected with him again on it because she understood what she needed to do. And she had to overcome her own family. She had to overcome everything, the part that was inside of it, so she can be with him. By the way, when the next event who comes in, they were going to be invited as well to come on in and put again their input. They already kind of like have the patience to come to the next event simply because it helped them out. Even though they're in a union, it helps them out. It allowed them to realize, because when you are within together within a twin flames around you, with people who awaken, even though there's different stages of awakening, different stages of vibrations, all of a sudden we were able to kind of like maintain the collective peace inside of that circle. I told everybody before that, you got any 3D problems, they're outside of the conference room, outside of the hotel. Okay, you don't bring the three problems in the circle, and then bring this 3D problems inside of it when we're here. And that was a very good. That was a very perfect. I want to say thank you to everybody that did that. Um, what else is so important that happening to it was we talk about overcoming the family. There was another couple that he had to go ahead and stand up, okay, stand up against everybody in his family. They told him she's not the right for him. Now, we talk about this over the twin flames. We talk about it. The twin flames, they don't care about anything. Money, houses, family, kids. They not dealing with anybody of this part. Simply because the soul wants to go where he needs to go. And there's gonna be a no preventation of what the soul leads you to go to. Okay, that's why it's that part of you to let go to the destiny. Surrender is to let go to the destiny that was made for you, and that part of the soul keeps on going. It keeps telling you what to do, and you try not to do it. You suffer, and the best part it is that you begin to understand that all this came in, and it destroys the life you built in order you to build the life that the soul wants it. And now what happens is the suffering part comes in. Is the suffering comes in because you living the lie because of that truth. And what's happened is that about this couple, they stand up towards everything, and they got married. They're together. There's everything. It's perfect for them. Okay, but they had to overcome so much pain, so much aggravations from the family, and they need to heal all this. And they got help. There was a help given into them during one of the sessions how to overcome these parts of it. But still, they need to perform the actions of that help. You can get all the Reiki, you can get all the stuff on it, okay? But you need to understand you still have to do the real part. Another couple that was it is that um, it was so interesting about them though, by the way. She registered for the event, and she's like, I let go of my twin. I don't care about this, but I can go there to heal. She gave a very good example on that. She was like, you know what? I went out to do my nails so I can looking good here. And as soon as I back home, I saw my twin flame car was right and waiting on me. He wanted to come and see me for a reason. So what happened is that she brought him at the conference, and the vibrations from her, the energy from them too, was incredible. But he did one input, very important input for all this, is that you cannot make other people loves you. He's been in 40 years in marriage, and he's like, I can't make my wife loves me, but this woman next to me, she loves me like crazy. And I was running. I go back to her. I was running. Go back to her. I was running. Go back to her. Something told me that I have to go see her again. I have to be there. I have to be on my truth, and they become their truth right there. They put very good input on this event. I'm so happy about them because it's very hard for a person like this, okay, to come out of the shadows and all of a sudden listen to his soul. And she was like, Dio, I want to say thank you so much for your videos. You told me to let him go. I let his rear end go, and I just went out. I prayed for him. I let him go, and here's the magic. Boom, he shows up. Like all of a sudden, I had a little session with them. So the session for them was because they both have these vibrations right now. Now what? So here's the advice that I give them. I hope it may help you as advice to you. When you get with your twin, you have to make a program of what you're going to give up, what you're going to let go, what you're going to surrender to be together, and how you're going to build up your future life with your twin. Where you're going to live, how you're going to work, and start executing into it. Because the soul wants to be happy. The soul wants to be, comes in the next place. The soul wants to move. The soul does not want to stay. Another input from a couple there is that he's a very good businessman. He did a lot of things. But what happened as soon as he met his twin flame, he changed everything. Perspective changed. He wanted to have a different life. He wanted to stay away from what he was before, simply because twin flames change you, right? And guess who does not like you to be changed? Your kids, your family. And he was explaining that he had to overcome the part of his kids. That his kids, they didn't agree. They told him, we don't want to contact. We don't want this lady to come into our house. We don't want this lady to see our kids. He had to overcome all this. And that part right there is about the kid has to learn from the parent, the twin flame, that it's not important what you do. It is about to show you what the real love is. And he's going to teach them what the real love is. And that is a huge, huge lesson brought out as vibration up there that he showed up a lot of things. There was a question that was brought about the kids, and you need to understand your kids, they are physically yours. You give them a body. But as a soul, they not belong to you. Don't treat them like they are on your own property. Your kids, they have your own stuff, they have own things, and this is what you need to understand, that you can control them. You can't tell of the kids what to do, how to do it. You can't just become that control freak, even within the soul, in order to do all this parts. So and those inputs brought in from those four couples, it shows up a lot of things. The other part that I asked them was, what did you have to let it go? The first couple that I mentioned, he said, well, for 17 years I had to continuously work on me, and I had to let her go so many times over the years, with understanding that I have to continue improving myself. And by improving myself, I reached this level of let go. And again, these parts of trust, surrender, and let go, they comes in. They comes in at all the time. They comes in of the right parts of it, and it was a very good input. But in order you to really understand the input, you have to be on those events. Simply because you can't really put something out there just in words. The vibrations that we have while we talk, they talk 1,000 more words behind it. And everybody who's an event, they take those vibrations. Over time, this reflects on their life. And this is why it's so important that when you put twin flames like this together, the collective information exchange is very interesting to watch this part, because you see how certain people correlated to certain people, and they kind of like get together. Okay, they kind of like interesting get the parts where it all of a sudden you like the magic, the universe just boom puts them together. And that's what the good part of the universe is. That is the good part of the event also, because it's helping out of the things that's going on. I was asked, were you going to make some more events? I will be make some more events. I will bring some more events into it. What and where and when I will know, I'll let you know. For right now, I'm just gonna make officially the announcement. We're looking for an event that's gonna be in Massachusetts, and we're looking like a very close town to Boston. And when the things are ready, I'll let you know. The same time though, I have so many things on my plate. I can't just organize everything. I have a job to do, which is my focus is on it. And also I'm going to be working on it to create a non-profit organization, simply because all this um, events, they have to be somehow backed up with something, because of legal issues, because of whatever issues comes in. Well, I don't want to put some limitations. Twin Flames doesn't understand limitations, okay? But we live in 3D world that limits us, and we have to work within the 3D limitations to break them up. But that comes in, okay? So relax, chill out. You will understand these parts. So I will be working on to create this non-profit organization that is gonna be doing the proper way, okay? But for right now, it is what it is. So to overcome all these situations and create these events, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of patience, but also it takes the people too. It's very important how you put all these parts together, because sooner or later you will figure out that those events, when you put them, you're dealing with a lot of people. The universe creates the situation so you can learn and grow. Personally, I learn and grow a lot from this event, because this event was not like Argentina. Argentina I was only one speaker, and everybody else I controlled it. This event was different. Was more broad. It was more powerful, but the time for everything was not really timed properly. The things that were introduced, that was not right properly, and there is a lot of points that I took care of as event. But the next event is going to be much more different. The next event is going to be much more powerful, and the next event is I'm going to bring some special things, but I will tell you more about down the road, not now. I really like to say thank you for everybody who come to the event. I want to say thank you for everybody who put their input, everybody who shared their personal story, and everybody who gave what they had for this event, because the benefit was that there was no student or masters. The benefit was we are all one and we learn from each other. And that's why I will keep working on those events, and I will do everything it's possible those events to happen. So for you to learn on it, be at one of those events, you will understand what I'm talking about. And the next time, if we got the event, we will make some a little video, and people will share their parts, just so you can understand things. For right now, all I wish you is one thing: be loved.